Hi, Virgo, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. This is for February 17th through 23rd, 2020. Virgo, this week we have the sun going into Pisces on the 19th, the new moon in Pisces on the 23rd, and we just had Mercury go retrograde in Pisces. So the next few weeks, starting with this week, Virgo, is reevaluation, completions, endings, closure, because Pisces is that 12th house energy, the ending, the undoing, and then the rebirth, the new beginning, stepping forward on a new path, like the spiritual baptism. So Mercury retrograde always brings unfinished business back to us. So let's pull a card, Virgo, and take a look and see which area of your life this Mercury retrograde is most likely to impact. You've got the seventh house. So Gemini and Cancer both received this card right here. And seventh house is all about relationships. This area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. What that means for you, Virgo, is this retrograde is going to really highlight and pull different things to the surface that exist within you. You know, where you haven't received closure, where you have emotional baggage, unfinished business, all of that's going to rise to the surface with different relationships in your life, whether they're completely disconnected or they're currently in your life. Also, those of you that are disconnected from certain relationships, this right here with the retrograde energy could mean they're going to start resurfacing in your life as well, whether that be physically, like you're physically reconnecting, or you start dreaming about them, or you're hearing information about them. They just start popping up in your reality, okay? And if that's the case, you need to put it out to spirit. Why is this showing up? What do I need to gain from this? What closure do I need? What are you trying to, teach me, to show me through this return of this person, this energy, whether it's just in your dreams, signs and synchronicities, conversation, or physical reconnection. Put it out to spirit because, again, retrogrades are about unfinished business, and Pisces is the 12th house. So I know there's a major completion of cycle for you guys with this retrograde. And so starting this week through the next 3 or 4 weeks, it's a powerful time, a lot going on inside of you about relationships. So let's pull a card and see the positive energy that comes with this relationships and, this Mercury retrograde for Virgo. Okay, so we have invisibility. Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. Virgo, the positive energy that's coming with you is giving you empowerment of your voice, where you're going to say what you've got to say. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to tell somebody exactly how you feel, where in the past you may have really just been holding back. You didn't want to rock the boat. You didn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. You didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or maybe what you had to say, you had a lot of fear around being rejected or shut down. And now with this retrograde and all this energy in Pisces, you're just going to get to this point where it's like, nope, this is who I am. This is what I think. This is what I feel. And you're just putting it out there. And Virgo, this could go both ways, where, somebody who's been upsetting you or doing things you don't like, it's like you're finally going to call them out on it. But also with this retrograde, some of you, there may be where you are having a sense of accountability about certain things that you've done and said in the past in various relationships. And now you're seeing it from a much different perspective. Your emotions have changed, and now your mind is changing about it. And you might feel like, oh, I need to own that, whether it's just within yourself or you want to reach out and own that with somebody else. And, seventh house is all relationships, friends, family, romance, all of it. Okay. So this could play out in any specific relationship for you. It's just there's a sense of accountability, or you calling somebody out, you really laying a boundary down, you putting your foot down, you having your voice. Let's see what lesson is trying to complete with this Mercury retrograde for you. Action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Yeah, see? This is that energy, the lesson of you finding your voice, you becoming very empowered within self, and no longer holding back at the sake of, you know, being polite, having manners, not wanting to rock the boat, whatever's been holding you back. Like, that's your lesson, that's your challenge you've been up against. And that's, you know, even though it appears externally, you know, it's actually internal, and you're overcoming that. You know, take the cloak off, the invisibility, where you realize that you matter, you have a voice, and what you feel and think and believe is just as important and significant as anybody else, where this is more like you are keeping the peace energy, and now that's shifting. And the lesson in that is there is a time to keep the peace, you know, for the greater good, just depending on what's going on. And then there's a time where you've really got to be bold and brave and stand up for yourself and what you believe in, regardless of how somebody else may receive that. It's your personal empowerment and being able to discern, you know, the difference in different situations and relationships, because, you know, sometimes we could really put somebody in their place, but there will be no good that comes of it, right? Absolutely no good. It will only create friction. Sometimes in those situations, it's better to just walk away without saying anything at all right? And that's like, you have really learned the fine line in all those situations from what you've been going through. And now, with this retrograde, there's definitely energies returning to you of past connections, and this is either for you to finally receive your closure and have a new understanding so you can move on, move forward, because some of you have really been held back by just different traumas you've experienced in different relationships. Or this could be a reconnection for a totally different experience. It will be different for all of you. This is just a general reading, but that's what the retrograde energy is about, returning to you what is rightfully yours, as well as that unfinished business that finally needs completion. All right, let's pull some tarot. Whoa, okay. So we have the King of Rods coming out, so could involve some fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but that to me really feels like your personal empowerment that's taking shape as the cloak of invisibility just falls to your feet, and you realize who you are and what you are, and the sacredness and divinity of your existence, regardless of what anybody else has to say. This is no longer needing any sort of outside validation. You are being validated from within, and you're confident in that. Next is the moon. So this Pisces new moon is a powerful time for you to take action and to sow the seeds of what you really want to happen for you, and you know, follow that through with the willingness to make any sort of changes in your life, in your belief system, in your patterns, to get you to what you really want to be, what you really want to experience, what you really want to do. Because next out is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a powerful time of transition and transformation for you, Virgo. Next is Justice. Yes, luck is on your side. And lastly, the Page of Pentacles. This is the new you manifesting, okay? So let me just get these a little bit straighter. Also with the moon, we do have 6 eclipses this year, Virgo. We had the first one in January, and we won't have another one till like end of June, early July. They're very powerful and significant for you guys. Everything that you're going through right now, like major change in different areas of your life, in your thinking, in your emotions, and part of this empowerment as Mercury goes retrograde is attached to that eclipse we had in January. So as we get into June, July, you're going to go through this again, where you're going through another powerful change and transformation, shedding what no longer serves you so that you can elevate, so that you can rise. And then this will take place again towards the end end of the year as well. So this is a year of powerful change and transformation. You have the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for you to rise and experience life in a much different frequency. And a lot of like these anchors that hold you down has to do with like emotional baggage or lack of closure in certain relationships, connection, understanding, things like that. All of that's starting to change, Virgo, with this Mercury retrograde, where you are becoming very empowered, knowing your worth, laying down boundaries, putting people in their place, but also owning up to your own self and your own behavior and taking accountability for that. So powerful time of transformation. Karma balanced. It's time for a new start for Virgo, especially in your relationship sector of your life, all relationships. Ambition. Set your sight beyond the horizon. Believe big, dream big, sow your seeds of intention with this Pisces new moon, and just start moving towards it. Virgo, do whatever you can. And there will be moments where you feel disempowered, you feel like giving up. Don't. Just give yourself a breather and keep pushing forward, because something will manifest. You know, when you're dreaming a dream beyond yourself, it feels impossible, but you're like, I'm just going to walk towards it. I'm going to walk towards it. I'm going to do what I could do every single day. Something is going to manifest, and I see that here for Virgo. And again, a lot of what you're completing right now through this Mercury retrograde is unfinished business in regards to relationship, healing of emotional baggage, so that you can elevate and move forward towards your dreams. Okay, so those are your messages, Virgo. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.